Hello my viewers and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel because you will find my videos intriguing. Now I am back with another video. In this video, a palm color lady is calling us out. All black men and women, please come here. Come and hear this. Apparently, what this lady is saying is that we black people always want to make everything about us because of our ego. Now, she goes on to say that we try to change everything to suit us, just like we always try to change history to suit us. Like, really? There's just a lot in this video, guys. Anyway, let's check out this video together.
Just because you're black doesn't give you the right to falsely change history to make yourself feel better. It doesn't give you the right to erase other people's cultures because you have an ego problem. It's crazy that you feel so entitled that you expect people to go along with your lives just because of your race. No, the original indigenous people of North America were not black. The Olmecs, the Aztecs, the Mayans, they weren't black. The Vikings weren't black. It wasn't black Africans who built the pyramids in the Americas. It's the radical Afrocentrists that are trying to change history, that are trying to steal people's cultures. And whenever people say anything about this, it's, oh, you're racist. Because we're correcting history, because we don't want our own histories wiped out for your convenience.
Now, in short, what this lady is saying is that us black people are trying to blackwash history. Guys, like, honestly, what's there to even blackwash about the history? Like, who doesn't know how we were treated, how we were made slaves, how we are still treated? And for her to come and say, we try to make this about us? Anyway, let's take a look at some of the Stitch videos, and when I come back, we talk more about this issue, and then I share my own thoughts on this video. Let's check out the Stitches.
Because you're black doesn't give you the right to falsely change history to make yourself feel better. It doesn't give...
Huh? Is this coming from the same person who ancestors wrote they way into history? Do we need to name it? The Egyptians, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the people that you named? Are you serious? See, it's people who look like her, whose ancestors literally penciled their way into history, rewriting history themselves. We all know that the Egyptians wasn't white. We all know the Aztecs wasn't white. And the Mayans wasn't white. They literally depicted themselves how they looked. Literally. They're not stupid. And in the fact that these pale-skinned people hop on this app and think that my people ancestors didn't know how to create a moral of themselves, sculptures of themselves, stop downplaying my people ancestors' intelligence. Because this is the face I be having. This is... What? And that's cap. Y'all white people need to stay in y'all place. Don't come for us if we didn't send for you.
Just because you're black doesn't give you the right to falsely change history to make yourself feel better. It doesn't give...
Well, black does not mean African, especially in the context of North America and its records, right? Black is a descriptive term, just like Negro is, which means as another term for dark skin, right? When people say that black Americans are black people in America, are indigenous, they are talking about the misnomer black that was given to the indigenous people of America through misclassification, reclassification, so many different acts that me and other TikTokers on here have explained for the past few years on social media, all throughout social media. We can look over the Racial Integrity Act of 1924 in Virginia. You have the 2009 Congressional Act in Virginia stating that all non-reservation Indians were going to be classified as Negro. What does that mean, black? People classified all around the world, right, that have the black title. All around the world. Indigenous, non-indigenous, whatever. Aboriginal Australians classified as black, right? People in Africa misnomered black. You feel me? Europe, they had classifications for black, which would be swarthy. And America, you had black, Negro, colored, and sometimes mulatto, depending on what you look like. So people with melanated skin, dark skin, brown skin, copper skin, whatever, were reclassified as black. This is what we've been saying for the longest. I don't know what's clicking in people's head. People have to dissociate black from African when it comes to the context of North America. Yes, there were people that look similar to Africans in America that are indigenous. So do they look similar to people in the Pacific Islands? It's similar to people in Australia. There's people And similar to people in Southeast Asia, all over the world, there's dark-skinned people. And what boggles my mind, right, with a lot of people, you can have dark-skinned people that are indigenous to Africa, dark-skinned people that are indigenous to Australia, dark-skinned people that are indigenous to the Pacific Islands, dark-skinned people that are indigenous to Southeast Asia. Hell, dark-skinned people that are indigenous to South America. But the ones in North America aren't? Come on now. I have receipts of this stuff and videos on this stuff all throughout my page. Plenty of others on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We have sources of this stuff, right? And people refuse to even do the research for themselves. Or if they do find the research for themselves, right, they want to combat it. Cognitive dissonance. I bet you this person that made the video has not even fathomed or even bothered to research this type of stuff. So with that being said, I'm gonna end this video here.
Not Black Africans that built the pyramid.
You know, young lady, it's sad that you guys have to conflate and make things up to make it seem like something that it's not. Y'all want so bad to be a part of something that you will search and find an article of a man who took his article back because of the amount of YT people that were calling in and complaining about this research. So he retracted it and said something to appease YT people, saying that black people are not innate to full lips and that nose. Interesting. I have never seen a Hispanic look like that. Never, ever, ever, ever in my life. Never. Secondly, I think that you just, for some reason, think that posting this is going to make you go viral, I think. Because you know this article is not backed up or based on any fact whatsoever. Now, DNA and features, usually that's the thing that could lock you in to who you are. You know, like for instance, we know for sure that that's not a YT person because you guys don't have any lips and your nose is more pointy. So we know that you didn't play a role at all. None of your people played a role at all in this. But what you did play a role in is probably enslaving some of them or killing them. So I don't understand why you're trying to debate something that has nothing to do with you. But this is the case of another YT person having the urge to want to check a black person with no fact, just a lot of hot air coming out their mouth from one article. There's so much research that supports that wasn't nobody here from the beginning but black people. That's why our black women can birth you and every other race because they have the mitochondrial gene. So regardless of what you want to think, you're just making yourself look silly and you're wasting your time because you're not going to convince anyone of the opposite with this garbage. Period. You did all that extra stuff for no reason. The fact of the matter is, we built everything. And it's not whatever you call Afroism. That's stupid. There's no such thing. It can't be. Racism, yes. the shit that you just created, I don't know what that is.
Feel better. It doesn't give you the.
Hi, how you doing, man? Hi. Melanated being right here, not anything being right here. Okay. Do me a favor. I ain't gonna do all that extraness. I just want you to show me the proof. Show me where melanated people, blackwashed, like you said, blackwashed his story. Show me where melanated people blackwashed any his story. That's all I want to say. Then I'll give my response to whatever. If you can show something, I'll give you my response to it. So, if you see this video, tag her, blow her up in this. I want to know, because what you are a Latino. You half Latino and half white. So I would love to know, ma'am. Whose story you dug into more? Your white tea side?
I made up my mind that I made a covenant with God that everything I've suffered in my life.
Just because you're black doesn't give you the right to falsely change history to make yourself feel better. It doesn't give you the.
How you doing, ma'am? Hi. Melanated being right here, not anything being right here. Okay. Do me a favor. I ain't gonna do all that extraness. I just want you to show me the proof. Show me where.
I just couldn't wait to watch the stitches, guys, because I knew that they were going to be interesting. Let's go to my favorite part, which is reading the comments. I will just share a few comments, then we'll share my own thoughts on this video as well. Now, the first comment reads, Vikings weren't black. However, you can't say the indigenous weren't black because the aborigines of Australia are black, which shows proof of indigenous. And you speak very well that that may allow you to sway some people, but how much research have you truly done to speak, or are you defending your beliefs? I can prove contrary to what you are claiming through archives, government, Senate, government, presidential diaries, etc. So how are we wrong when your source of confirmation tells us something else? Black aboriginals existed in the Americas long before the slave trade. Now the builders of the pyramids left mirror depicting themselves inside them. Do your research. All right, these are some of the comments from people, and I had to pick at random. Now, the Native Americans, sometimes called American Indians, First Americans, or Indigenous American, are the indigenous people of the United States or portions thereof, such as American Indians from the contiguous United States and Alaska Natives. Now, note that there were also Black Indians who are Native American people, defined as Native American due to being affiliated with Native American communities and being culturally Native American, who also have significant African American heritage. Now, historically, certain Native Americans tribes have had close relations with African Americans, especially in regions where slavery was prevalent or where free people of color have historically resided. Now, members of the 5 civilized tribes participated in holding enslaved African Americans in the Southeast, and some enslaved or formerly enslaved people migrated with them to the West on the 12 tiers in 1830 and later during the period of Indian removal. Now, it is impossible to lump Black Native identities into a single identity because we are as diverse as we are numerous, and our lived experience, our identities are not monolithic. Like, we therefore refer to ourselves in a number of ways, such as Afro-Indigenous, Black Native, Indigenous and Black, Black and Native, Black and a tribal identity. Native Americans, particularly those of blended African ancestry, occasionally found themselves kidnapped into slavery. Early colonies, like later citizens of the United States, enslaved Africans and native people as maids, butlers, blacksmiths, field hands, to mention just a few, for the homes and plantations of English, French, and Spanish colonists. Now, from these, love and marriages frequently formed. It's not a secret that America is a melting pot of cultures. Yet, while some people of European, African, and Native descent can claim a single racial or ethnic identity, others have intersectional identities. Such is the case with Black Native Americans, because their lineage traces back to both African and indigenous origins. Black Native Americans' genetic heritage distinguishes them from other African American and Native American communities. Despite making up a small percentage of the population, Black natives have a rich history in the US. Unfortunately, their stories are often left out of the history books, which is why we must speak about this now. Imagine history erasing us to make them feel better and then think we are trying to erase them. Weird, right? You know, our history was erased to fit their narrative, and now she is mad that we are taking it back. The indigenous people were people of color, and that's not them. Like, the same history and research proves that the Black people of America were robbed of their nationality and culture. The deeper you dig, the darker the planet becomes. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I don't know what you think about what she said. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section, and see you in my next video.